Well, hello there. Happy Friday and happy December. It's December, one of my favorite months. I always say every month is my favorite month, but you get the picture. You're listening to Family Planet365. I'm your host, Malena Jackson. I hope that you are having a fantastic day so far. Hope you're not all stressed out about Christmas shopping for those of you who celebrate the holiday. Just remember, this is a time for family fun and making amazing memories, because long after December 25th is gone, your children will remember the memories. They'll have the memories. The toys will be gone. The clothes will be all outgrown, and the money will be spent. So make sure you're making great memories. Well, today on Family Planet 365, we are going to be discussing one of my favorite topics. And it's a topic that's near and dear to me because I'm not a victim of the topic, but I think it's really important for families, especially moms of young children and parents of young children, to really get clear on how to talk to their children about how to protect themselves from sexual predators without inflicting fear. So we'll talk a little bit more about that today in the show. I have a special guest calling in, Ellen Frankel from Kid Power. KidPower.org is an empowerment organization that utilizes information, education, empowerment for families, especially children, on how to protect themselves so that they can have a great life and not succumb to, the crazies that are out there. I'll just put it that way. Well, you're listening to Family Planet 365, the only web talk show that is dedicated to lifting up today's families by giving you the tools required to have the best life now. This show is brought to you by The Nanny Factory. The Nanny Factory is your in-home childcare provider of short-term, long-term, and the backup plan. Make sure you visit our website at www.thenannyfactory.com. And just starting today, we're giving away a $25 gift card to Starbucks for all of those who go to our website and actually subscribe to our e-zine list, because in the e-zine, it's called the Nanny Factory Weekly. We send it out every Thursday. It's straight from the heart. Like, we are writing articles, especially me, I'm mainly the author, writing articles about just parenting and life. And we share things that are exclusive to our community, because we call our e-zine subscribers our community. So make sure you visit the website, www.thenannyfactory.com, and make sure you join our e-zine list. All right, so enough about that. Now, let's see. So I get the first segment to myself. I actually like this because I get to talk and just get to know you a little bit more, let you get to know me a little bit more. And one of the things about Family Planet 365 that I really like is it's a platform to just really openly communicate what's going on in the world, what's going on in the life of families, and how we can really just thrive no matter what's going on. And it really broke my heart when I heard the news about, if you haven't heard already, I mean, this isn't a news show, but the San Bernardino shootings. It was just like, wow, what in the world? And when things like that happen, I try to just communicate with my kids, like, let them know what's going on in the world and why. And my son is always asking questions like, why would somebody do that? What was the alternative? What was the motive? And I wrote a blog on this about how to talk to your kids about things that are going on, especially when the school shootings were happening, because I would talk to my kids and just say, you can go over all these rules and there are all these tactics in place, but really when those kind of things happen, everybody's going to scramble, people are going to panic, and you kind of just got to be grounded. You got to mentally be prepared, because honestly, you just really don't know when you're in an open place. You don't know who's going to do what. There's no way, there's no level of security, there's no form of government, there's nothing that can really stop that. I always the show last week we talked about family travel, and I will always say how TSA, they just aggravate me. Oh my gosh, they're here to protect us. But really, if something went down, you're really on your own. Okay, don't depend on things like TSA and the government to protect you, because they can't. They're only human too. It's just an organization that's put in place to help us feel secure. But really, at the end of the day, there's nothing they can do. They can put things in place. But, you know, everybody takes to Twitter and these social platforms like, our prayers go out to San Bernardino. And I'm like, no, I mean, it's already happened now. What about the child who, the 6-month-old, his parents, he's a 6-month-old, and now his parents are gone because they made a decision to go and inflict terror on a place in California. That really, I mean, I know I'm like all over the place because there's just so many thoughts that come to mind. I'm like, this is the United States of America. When I saw the footage, it looked like the footage we used to see overseas, you know, in Saudi Arabia, Iraq. And here we are right here in Southern California, and we're experiencing this. So all I can say about that is, you know, my heart goes out to those who were those who were involved, those who were highly impacted by the incident. And, you know, that's why it's important. You know, we Family Planet 365, we're like, celebrate family every day. Celebrate your loved ones every day. Don't wait until something happens to send prayers. Pray for them every day. Cover them every day. Speak well of them every day. Use every day to appreciate what you have, because just like that, in a second, it can all be gone. And I'm not here to make you afraid or make you think, oh, something's going to happen. Oh, my God. No. But what I want to encourage you to do is to celebrate every day. Be grateful every day. And I know that I always say, I don't want to get woo-woo on you, you know, but it really does matter. Like, you get to choose what your thoughts are. You get to choose your happiness. You get to choose whether you're going to enjoy where you are in life. It's all a choice. So it's not based on what's going on in your life. It's not based on what people are telling you. It's based on what you choose. And it is my hope that as parents, your children are fully aware of your love for them. Now, we don't define love by, you know, just doing everything they say or getting everything they want you to get for them. I mean, hey, I'm speaking to myself right now. But I think that it's important your children see you happy, and not, I mean, genuinely happy. And they know that you're a safe haven for them, because you just never know. I mean, those people went to work that morning thinking they were going to they're probably preparing for Christmas, and here we are now looking at footage. Like, it's just horrific. And the only thing I can say is to encourage those of us who survived that, because that's really what it feels like, oh, we survived. Okay, what do we do now? What do we do now? And I just want you to think about that, especially during this holiday season. It's a great time to be, you know, just enjoy family and be together. And, you know, we spent last night looking at, we were going through old baby photos, because I pulled out my USB drive, and the kids were like, oh, we want to see pictures and videos. And I'm telling you, we were just looking at pictures from like 3 years ago, and the children, they look so tiny, and it just warmed my heart. I'm like, wow, you know, the memories they're really precious. And I can honestly say 3 years ago, I'm not who I used to be. I'm a lot better, because I think you should always be evolving. But I can honestly say that I am, how would I describe it? 3 years ago, I was in the moment. I wasn't too busy. I wasn't stressed out. I was in the moment. And even looking at the pictures, it made me think, I remember taking that, or I remember what we were going through at that moment, or like if my little Camille was just born. And it was just really cool. So I would really encourage you, because it is my mission to uphold and empower our community here, especially moms and dads, to just really love on your kids more, love on each other more, because tomorrow isn't promised. I know you heard that before, but it really isn't. So it's our duty, it is our choice, and it is our decision to love today. Just love today. All right, so I guess that was Malena Confidential early. Remember, I talked about last week how I wanted to start doing Malena Confidential, where it would just be between us, something that was on my mind. And that's been heavy on my heart, because You just never know. But anyway, so today we're talking about how to protect your children from family predators. Oh, that's not good. How to protect your children from sexual predators without inflicting fear. Now, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Family Planet365. I'm your host, Malena Jackson, here on KHTS AM 1220, the Hometown Station. And our topic today is something that's really important to me because as a nanny agency owner, that's one of the things that I'm really concerned about, like all the time. Like, okay, you love children. What's your background? And you know, a predator doesn't just have to be sexual, a sexual predator. I should be clear about that. It could just be anything like that is not upholding the well-being of the child. And I met the guest today, Ellen Frankel, last year. And I was reaching out to her because I was working on some things and I wanted to get an expert opinion. And the thing she had to say to me about what we should say to our children to help empower them and help them feel secure and comfortable in knowing if someone doesn't mean them any good, if they're up to no good, so to speak. And one of the things she shared with me, she was like, you know, we always tell our children, don't talk to strangers. I'm guilty. I've done it. I'm like, don't talk to that person. You don't know them. But she said, you know, that's actually a myth because a lot of times predators are family members. Predators are people who are close to the family. Predators are people who we know, like, because they're someone that the children trust. And so it makes sense now. When she said that, I was like, you're right. Because she said one of the things, like, when your child is preyed upon, it's not something that just happens right away. The predator plans, what is it called? Oh my gosh, I cannot think of the word. But you know what I'm talking about, when they've actually planned it, like they put steps. Like she gave me an example, and I hope I'm not giving away too much of what she's going to talk about. I'll ask different questions so we can get different sound bites. But she said that, you know, the predator will basically, like, say if it's a child care provider, they'll give them a piece of candy or something, for example, and say, hey, don't tell your mom, because remember, your mom doesn't want you to have candy, so just keep it between us. And that's a test to see if the child is going to go back and tell. And usually when they don't, if they pass that test and they move on, they take them to the next level. So she said it's something that gradually happens. And if you're a parent, there are signs to see whether or not, like, what's going on. My child's behavior is changing, or they seem a little more timid, or, they're always keeping secrets and always telling secrets. Those are signs that something isn't right. And as a mom, especially, I firmly believe in intuition. And so if something in your heart is telling you that something's not right, something's not right. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about. When we come back from break, I'm going to bring on Ellen Frankel from Kid Power, and we'll talk about how to protect your children from sexual predators without inflicting fear. You are listening to Family Planet 365. More when we return.